know anything about love and care. They don't. They have love and care because they're human beings and they have a spirit, but their strategies are totally toxic. I mean, when you were pregnant, did your doctor say it's very important, okay, that you're on a whole plant-based keto diet because that's the highest vibrational light energy diet that you could ever be on? Because I want you, when you understand something, when you eat something, all of the physical part of that is going to be urinated out or pooped out, and the only thing that's going to stay behind is the frequency and the vibration of it. So when you're eating new and improved processed food, remember something, that's not good. It brings the vibration down. Okay, so what has a higher vibration? An apple, okay, or a slice of bread? Oh yeah, but it's whole grain, right? No, it's not. Bread's dead. And guess what? You all you women that gave birth, you were all constipated through your pregnancy. What would happen if you would have done a warm water, structured water enema with black diamond in it, or tummy love? What would happen if your doctor would have told you that if you did pelvic squats in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night to keep your pelvis open, and you should actually go and do a personal treatment and training if you want to have a baby, and get your partner to learn Wolf non-surgical so that you'll never have a hip problem, knee problem, ankle problem, abdominal problem, spinal problem, never feel any pain, and you'll be as loosey-goosey. Understand something. If you were on a whole plant-based diet and you did a personal treatment and training, which Dr. Sage Wolf, my son, flies all over the world and does these. It takes him 7 days to go in and teach a couple, okay, all the basic rules of a whole plant-based diet. Lorraine does it too. She does the pelvic restoration course where she goes in and she can show a woman who has pelvic problems and teach the husband how to do Wolf non-surgical and go in and help and the husband can actually go in and between the two of them get rid of the fibroid tumors, get rid of the endometriosis, get rid of the bladder infection, get rid of the yeast problem, the fungal problem, okay? Get rid of the cysts on the ovaries, get rid of the frozen hips. How many people here know that 99 out of 100 hip surgeries never have to happen? Everybody was ruled, schooled, and fooled. How many people know that it's because you've been pooping in your pelvis all your life and you didn't know it because you compare your bowel movements with everyone else when the whole world is constipated on an emotional level, and then that becomes a physical level, and then guess what? And what people consider to be the great diet isn't. It's a riot when it gets into your body and you're actually pooping in your pelvis, and that's why, I didn't make this up, 90% of all low back surgeries are caused because you rotted your pelvis out. And the infection actually caused the inflammation that caused the calcification, that actually caused your disc inflammation, inflame. So the discs still have the same amount of cartilage, except now they're dehydrated. Ever eat beef jerky? Well, beef jerky is only that thick, and it used to be 1 inch thick, and then it was dehydrated. That's what happened. That's why you got shorter. You didn't get shorter because you lost bone calcium. You got shorter because the discs in between the vertebrae. And understand, 1 hour, okay, to 1 hour and 20 minutes of doing Wolf non-surgical on the spine will bring you back, okay, let's say if you lost 2 inches. The minimum is 1 inch to 1.5 inches that you're going to be taller after one treatment, 1.5 hour treatment on your spine using Wolf non-surgical. And if you go to the doctor, what's he going to say? Well, I'm shrinking. And you know what he's going to say? This is how much he knows about health. You've lost bone calcium. And then guess what? You don't even think, because you look at him as a high priest in some kind of religion. And if you actually thought logically, you'd say, well, where did I lose the calcium? And he'd go, that's not important, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. What, did my head shrink? What part? These guys don't even know. You know what? The majority of natural health practitioners don't know how to practice natural health, and it's not their fault. And a medical doctor, physician, surgeon, has nothing to do with health. And I'm not putting it down because guess what? Emergency care is needed if you get into an accident or fall down the stairs or sports injury or something like that. But that's all they should be doing. They shouldn't be involved in anything else. But no, they own, don't they? Because it's not too hard to rule, school, and fool anybody today. Let's get off of that topic. Let's talk about why we're here. Everything is light. Everything is frequency. What you drink, what you eat, the people you hang around with, the thoughts you have. But most importantly, I'm going to tell you something. When I first came into the health business, okay, and that was, I was 23 years old, okay? And when I started and I would sell supplementation, back then I actually believed that, I didn't even believe in what I was doing because the reality is I believed you could get it from food. And back then, you could have gotten it from food. You can't get it from food anymore. We are very important, and that's why in Canada, they're trying to bring in codex right now, which will make nutritionals illegal and only for pharmaceutical companies to sell. And they're trying to do it again, and they tried to do that 20 years ago, and it failed. They're just coming out and trying to do the same thing again. So I'm telling you right now that you don't want to buy supplements, you want to buy nutraceuticals. Remember something, even the supplement that you take, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be, anything. It can be absolutely anything. The physical part of it leaves the body, and the only thing that stays behind is the light and the frequency. Doesn't matter what it is. So you got to make sure it's not altered. You got to make sure it's grown properly. You got to make sure that, it's all there. And then what we do is we take nature and we concentrate it, and then we use advanced energy medicine to actually bring it up. Let me give you an example. All my liquids, okay, all of my liquids are energized with energy medicine equipment, every one of them. My silver, which people go, oh my gosh, can I take your silver without going blue or gray? You could drink gallons and gallons, you'd never do that because if it's done right. But my silver has 1,000-volt lightning bolt, okay, put into these nanoparticles because everything is about electricity. Just like my Ormus minerals, and this is actually third-party studies, okay, and testing. Our Ormus minerals have the highest electrical charge of any trace minerals on the planet that we know of. So everything is about electricity, isn't it? How much electricity does a dead person have? Zippo. How much electricity does a sick person have? Very little. Okay, how much electricity does a young child have? Okay, now you can have that right until the end of your life. So I'm going to be 67. Now, do I have the energy and the clarity of the average 67-year-old? How about the average 40-year-old? How about the average 30-year-old? Whether you believe it or not, we have staff that work with us in our 20s and 30s. Can they keep up with me? This is not me showing off or telling you that I'm special, because every one of you are special and everyone can have this. But you have to start looking at your life as a vibrational frequency and light. That's it. That's it. But you'd have to mind your own business and not take anything personal and not need approval from absolutely no one. Now, that's not where we're going into the emotional here. We'll leave that for another talk. So here it is. And I'm not putting down health food stores, but they are toxic. That's the reality. They want to be in business. I'm in the business to have the highest quality, highest electrical charge, highest light frequency in every one of my products. I'm going to be making some statements here, and nobody wants to challenge me after they do their homework. Because I did my homework. And also, I will not take on a supplement. I will only take on a nutraceutical that has the highest vibration. And understand something, I don't need to bring on any other products because people don't understand this. You know the A, B, C, D, E vitamins? Well, what if I told you you don't have to do all that? What if I told you that a rainbow has all the supplementation in it? You didn't know that, did you? Everything is light, frequency, and color. Different colors have different minerals, different nutrients in them. Einstein stated, the future will be energy medicine. And what he meant is he didn't mean that we'd be using just energy medicine equipment. It meant that you were going to wake up to the fact that your body is the greatest energy medicine device in the world. And it feeds off of electricity and light. Okay, we're going to get into the products, but I just want to say this. Blue light. We all know it's not good for us. 5G, we all know it's not good for us. Now that was done on purpose. And why was it? To destroy the light in you and destroy your electrical charge. I can say it, and people are going to go, he's so negative. Oh, really? Really? Okay, 10,000 teenagers are being diagnosed every day from looking at blue light too much on their phones, their computers, their iPads, the TV, of cataracts. 10,000 teenagers are being diagnosed with cataracts every day. Now, whether you believe this or not, they could have taken Tesla technology, they could have taken other technologies, and they could have had not blue light, they could have had a light come off our phones, off our computers, and instead of LED lighting in here, which is everywhere now, which I will not have in my house, and they could have put lighting that was actually healing us. They could have put lighting and frequencies coming off every device that would heal us and we would not have disease. Don't get angry. Don't get upset. It's never going to change. It's not going to change, but you can change. You can decide how you want your home, your environment. You can decide how you want to live your life. When I'm on here, I don't wear them, but I wear my Tesla glasses 24/7. You ever see me walking around Extapa, Ziwa, you're going to see I've got sunglasses on in the house until it's dark. Outside is my sunglasses. I wear my Teslas all the time because Teslas were created by Tesla, and it's a fluorine lens, and all the blue light gets changed into the highest vibrational healing light on the planet. It can actually restore brain damage, reverse conditions in the eyes, but guess what? No burning mouth, no burning eyes, no fogginess. But you know what people will do? We're all taught to disrespect ourselves. Did you know that looking at, see, I protect myself because of what I take. I don't do no burnout. But how many people here know that after 15 minutes on a computer, you're actually growing lesions in your brain? Scar tissue. So I tell everyone, first thing you got to do if you're going to work on a computer is you got to get a pair of Teslas. Oh yeah, but they're so expensive. Yeah, they're as expensive as designer sunglasses, and they will not, and what they do is they bring in C60 molecule into your brain. They heal your body. You're continually getting the highest frequency nutrition in your life. Now, I'm not trying to sell the glasses. I'm trying to tell you that guess what? If you don't want to protect yourself, that's fine. If you don't, but you can't protect yourself until you respect yourself. And you can't respect yourself until you love yourself. And you won't love yourself because that's a selfish act. There, let's leave that alone. I'm just trying to show you something. I don't just carry a product because I'm going to go through some things. And by the time I'm done here, you're going to go, he's either really lucky or he's the biggest BSer in the world. I'm going to tell you something. Whether you believe it or not, you know, I am a controversial issue on the planet now. And I'm known around the planet. Yeah.
Do you have any plans to come out with a clip-on?
What we have is we have the Tesla glasses where you can buy the frames and the glasses and they do clip on to the glasses, and there's different styles. If you go and look in your book, and there's different styles, and then you just take it to Costco and they put your lenses in. When Lori comes, take a look. She wears them 24/7. 24/7, because she wears glasses. And just so everybody knows, just so you know, Lori's not like me, okay? She's different. Like, I didn't wake her up this morning, didn't turn the lights on, just used my phone. But I set her supplements out, and if I don't set her supplements out, she's not going to take them. And they're not supplements, but the Nutraceuticals. You do know that I wore prescription glasses. I have perfect eyesight now because I see clearly about who I am. That's the first thing. Second thing is I sipped on C60 all day long. I was taking in 2 to 4 ounces of C60 every day. All right? When you take C60, which we'll go through, it will repair your brain, which repairs your eyes, because you only have eye disorders because you have a brain disorder. And most of you are frying your brain out from anxiety and false evidence appearing real, which is called fear. And you're still poisoning yourself because you dabble too much into alcohol and into prescription drugs and into man-made products that will sit on the shelf forever because they're not real. And remember, after the Second World War, they were trying to figure out because the Second World War, they said we got to make the food last for the military that are going out to steal the banking and the mineral rights for us, so they can stay there long enough to get it. How's that for sarcasm? Anyways, so what they did was they put preservatives in the food. So that's when it all started, around the Second World War. That's when they started poisoning the food. So the longer the food can stay on the shelf, the more manipulated it is and the more poisons are in it. That's why, you know, that's why you can leave sugar out and even insects won't touch it. It doesn't vibrate properly. Okay? White sugar. And understand something, the difference between white sugar and then cane sugar is cane sugar the vibration rotation is going to the left. So when you do nature's sugars or maple syrup or you do honey, it goes into healthy cells. When you use white man's white sugar, okay, and you do processed sugars or Splenda or all this other stuff, it has a right-hand spin and it goes in and feeds cancer cells. Okay? So there's so much. I mean, we could be here for a month. You don't need to know all this stuff because you already know that sugar's no good for you, right? And we've already discussed that we eat 100 times more sugar than we did in 1900, right? Just know this, that in 1886 was the first time they ever saw a tumor. And they called doctors from miles away to say, come, you'll never see this again. So things are only getting worse, they're not getting better, because people are disrespecting themselves more and each other. Okay? It's easy to program a human being because our brains were altered. Okay? All right? I won't get into it. But the reality is ask yourself, why the majority rules? Because the majority rules, okay? Why does the majority rule when the majority is sick? You might want to ask yourself that question. Okay, let's get back to why we're here today. Okay? So everything is vibration, everything is frequency. So when you purchase a product, you don't purchase the back label. You do some research. You can find a product that says the same thing as my product, right? Exactly. You want to know what happened, guys? I put on my products that this is a high frequency, high density of light. I had to relabel everything. It got taken off the market. You're not allowed to say that. Why wouldn't I be allowed to say that? You can't say that. Why would they stop me from saying that? You think about that one too. All right. So, who are we? We're Braveheart Nation, and we are dedicated to the wild, the weird, and the wonderful light energy beings that bring life to this world, which is the minority of the minority, because those are the rebels. Remember a long time ago when you were younger and they said the rebels down in South America, and they were going after the rebels? Well, it was the rebels that make the difference. Understand, rebels make the difference on this world. They do. And that's it. The rest are the ones that conform, okay? They're being sold off by the pound. Okay. To the tribe of the troublemakers that think so far outside the box, they dream on the edges of the infinite. Here's to the brightly colored divine visionaries that won't stand down, play small, or sit out. Here's to the awakened ones whose purpose is to feed their soul and not starve it. Here's to the wild ones who refuse to suffer or follow the herd. Here's to the tribe we call Braveheart Nation. All right. I'm not going to go through all this. You guys have this already. You can take a picture of it if you want. These are just the times that we do all the different shows, okay? People can find that on our website if they go to docofdetox.com in events, okay? This is more of the same thing. You want to give this to everyone. It's free. Just tell them to go to pdgfree.com. If they open it, they open it if they're ready. If they don't want to open it, they don't have to. You're going to give them the greatest gift. Once you guys go through and you read your perfect day guide, you'll find out why. It's about empowering people. Let's stop treating, let's start training. Stop looking after your children and your family. Start training them. But you can't do that until you become what you want them to become. How many people here keep on trying to get people to do better for themselves, but then at night when they go to bed, you're in the cookie jar? Thank you. These are the different assets that I tell people to just go and do their research with. Go into the library. We've got the biggest self-care, self-love library in the world. And it's free. But understand something. I'm telling you this right now. Only 1% of 1% of 1% of the population will ever go into my library. Why? Because you'll only do things that vibrate at your level. Because to actually go higher and bring a higher vibration in your life means that you have to rise higher than your family, friends, and the people around you. It's not easy. All right. This is called Sovereign Indigenous Practitioner. I will have Dr. Ben come on and he will explain it to you. Every medical or natural health practitioner needs this. Do you know how often they tried to drag me into court? How they tried to come after me? You can join the Taino tribe, be adopted by them, and then you can do the work and get your doctorate of indigenous medicine. You're outside of the courts now. Just as a native Indian can go and hunt any time of the year, you're allowed to practice without being attacked. We've had 4 medical doctors that are holistic. It got into court and it got thrown out right away. This is beyond their jurisdiction. If you're interested, just get in touch with me. Okay, so you can go from victim to hero, patient to practitioner, and practitioner all the way and get your doctorate with us. You can get a doctorate of natural medicine through us. And guess what people will say? The majority will say, fraud, paper mill. Okay. These same people are going to call physicians and surgeons doctors. Are they doctors? No, they don't doctor. They're physicians and surgeons. I'm not putting them down. They do good at what they're good at. That's it. But they know nothing about healthcare. Most of them, at most, got a half an hour. A half an hour. I have a lifetime. Do not let anybody ever put you down. When you finish this course and you do the whole life coach, you do the Wolf non-surgical, you'll have our total support. Everything we do for you, all our marketing is free. And if it's not free, it's at wholesale. I mean, cost. We don't make any money, not one penny, do we? We got you. You're not going to fail. So you come out of here after a 23-day course, you're going to do a whole life coach certification course. And that's what this is. You're going to be able to do emotional, nutritional, and a physical assessment. And you're going to be able to build a perfect day from the moment someone rises till they close their eyes, and you'll be able to do it. And you're going, that can't be. That can't be. No. Okay, well, look at the doctor, the physician goes for years, and then we call him a doctor. He's not a doctor. I'm not tearing anything down because everything in this life has a place. But do I go around telling people don't go to him? I can cut you open? Do I tell people that if you take this pill, it's going to go away in an hour and you'll have to take another one tomorrow? No. I tell you that you're going to have to take massive personal action of loving and caring for yourself. And I need you to give yourself at least 10 days for the symptoms to really come down, because all you were doing is burning yourself up emotionally and physically and nutritionally. And then I want you to give me anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks to have 80% of your symptoms gone. And then I want you to give me 3 months to 6 months to go, man, I'm rocking it. I don't need you. I got this. That's patients. That's not practitioners. And when you become a practitioner and you're going to do a consultation, you're going to call me. And guess what? You're going to have a recorder there. And I'm going to go through what I would do if that person was my patient. And then you're going to make points of it. You're going to stick to those points and you're going to go, oh my God, Daryl, I rocked it. I hit it out of the park. And that's because God makes it simple. 1 and 1 are 2, not 11. Naturopathic doctors won't even be able to come near you. Oh, they'll be upset. They had to go to school, now they have to go 4 years, and they're in debt still by hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you'll never be in debt. The whole thing is rigged. And I'm not putting down naturopathic doctors. I'm trying to tell you something. The whole thing is rigged. And you will never be approved by, who? But you don't need to be. And I already told you, you'll be protected. How many people know that the indigenous protection goes all the way to United Nations? Even the World Health Organization. All right? You need to understand their game. That's it. Okay, so we're releasing the app, and you're all going to be on it. This Braveheart Nation app, it's one of the most expensive apps, but the reality is this here is going to be guiding the way for other health practitioners on how to build it. This is the most advanced health app of its kind coming out, and it's coming out the 1st of May. All right, and 95% of this is free to the world. There is going to be so much education on there. Oh, you have no idea what. And Mindy's going to come on Monday, and she's going to explain the app to you. And when you understand, if you are becoming a practitioner, what we're giving you. You may not know this, but anybody that's been around us long enough, hey Tim, you've been around long enough. How do I support? Do I help my practitioners? Do I help them to become abundantly rich? on all levels.
More than anyone else.
Yes, I will do it more than anybody else on this planet because I know that I can do it because I have unlimited ability. And that, because remember something, the invisible creates the physical. So you need me to be confident. You need me to believe that I'm unlimited. You need me to also know that when somebody comes up against me, I just connect to my breath and I go, I still got this. We're going forward. Okay. This here is just about our courses. I'm not going to stay there. Okay. This is where we are in Ixtapa, Mexico. Then we go to Barrie, Ontario. Then we go to Sacramento. We go to Bonita Springs. We go to Coffs Harbour, Australia, Kelowna. Then we go to Frensham, England. And then we go to Greece. And then we're back in Ixtapa. And that's our world tour. Okay? This is the last time that I'm doing a world tour. We are going to be building here in Zihuatanejo, Mexico, a training center and a clinic, and the clinic will be for people that come for personal treatment and training. They come for like anywhere from 7 days to 3 weeks, depending on what they want to learn, and they leave as their own practitioner. I've got thousands of practitioners out there that we've trained that can do treatments. Anybody that's coming to Dr. Sage Wolf or myself is coming because they said, I'm coming with my whole family. We don't want to be treated because we get mistreated. We want to be trained so that we can be our own practitioners for each other. And that's what we're doing. And anybody here can learn that. You can all do personal treatment and trainings. The world needs that. As long as we're going to treat people, they're only good till their next treatment, yes or no? The whole program's broken. And understand something, I don't care if you're a natural health practitioner or you're a medical practitioner, you're always holding your secrets close, right? Because people have poverty mentality. Do I spend almost all my money on my platforms and my practitioners?
Yeah, you do.
I'm not telling you to thank me. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy and I don't like nice guys. Okay? I'm trying to tell you that we were told that we were infinite and we had no limitations and that we can do anything and everything. So I want to set the pace. I want you to find your voice. That's why I have a big mouth. Do you not get that? If I didn't want you to find your voice, I wouldn't even be on here. Who cares? I live a very simple life, do I? How simple is it?
It's very simple, yeah.
So simple. Feed the spirit. That's all you got to do. Heal the physical and the emotional by feeding the spirit. The invisible creates the physical. The emotional creates the physical. The invisible heals the physical. Erase and replace. You must erase 95% of all your belief systems if you want to rock this world. Oh my God, are you crazy? No, I'm not. Look at the majority. They're suffering. They don't know how to get out of it. They're stuck in it. And you know what? Most families should be damnly. It's because they're damned. They're programmed. Okay, the invisible is reality, is the real reality. Do you get that? The physical is an illusion. If somebody comes to a doctor, they're going to look at statistics, yes or no? And when they do that, they look at the majority. And the majority is the herd. Well, somebody that's 40 years old and has a tumor your size, okay, and is your weight, and with these symptoms, you've got 6 weeks to live. Doctor, listen to me. Okay, what if I'm not the majority? What if I'm the minority of the minority? What if I unconditionally love and care for myself and I don't go home and take your drugs and I don't go home and I drink the alcohol? What if I don't go home and I stress and I worry? What if I go home and I believe that I have the power of God within inside of me? Oh no, you're still finished. You're on your own on this one, guys. You're on your own. And understand something. Anybody that understands and finds themselves quickly, okay, you just change your timeline. And understand, if you want to believe that somebody can give you an expiry date, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. And do you know what you just did? You've got 6 weeks to live. Okay, I've got 6 weeks to live. Honey, I only got 6 weeks to live. Jimmy, I only got 6 weeks to live. You're telling all your cells, 50 trillion cells and 500 trillion bacteria, that we're going to be offing ourselves in 6 weeks. So prepare yourself. They listen to you. They work for you. This works for you. You know, we talk about the Holy Spirit. That would be you. Start feeding it. And you will become whole. The Holy Spirit. Start feeding it and you'll become whole. Think about it. And then you might want to just try it for fun. And you might have a little bit more fun. Because that's all I want. I'm going to have fun. Did you know that you can have fun? Okay? And the more fun that you have with your life, the more that you are a spirit being. I do not teach spirituality, so forget that. Go get that somewhere else. I teach the walking meditation where there's disruptions all day long and you're just like this. I got this. That's none of my business. I got this. I'm on target. I know my focus. It's not hocus pocus. I'm just on focus. Okay? Unleash the invisible bonds that bind you. Those are your belief systems. And guess what? If you don't, you will have issues in your tissues because of a landmine that they created. How am I doing? Okay. We were created to create a masterpiece. You are part of the universal intelligence if you can just get back to logic. Okay, so how would you like no healing crisis? That's what we teach. You know what everybody teaches? If you want to get well, you're going to have a healing crisis. Not if you open up all of the body's physical portals. Not if you know how to do therapeutic vomiting. Not if you know how to do the ultimate coffee enema. Not if you know how to do clapping. Not if you know how to do proper breathing, belly button therapy. Not if you know how to do pelvic squats, crab stretch. Do you understand? All of these things that come together. How many people have healing crisis with the thousands of people that we consult? And understand, we do consultations all over the world. And you know what we charge? $150. And they get lifetime telephone support with that. Lifetime. So you better know what you're doing. And if you do it and you follow this, you're not going to be going, oh my God, I gave them lifetime support. They're going to drive me crazy. They're not. Do they drive you crazy?
No, they don't.
No, we give them a step-by-step strategy. And that's the pdgfree.com. Go there and they get the guide. And then if they want to buy the guide, you know, if they had to run it off, it's a 550-page guide. It would cost them anywhere from $175 to $250, depending where around the world you do it. And we'll ship it anywhere in North America for $75. We'll ship it anywhere around the world and we'll put $25 towards the shipping. Understand something. I've created unlimited, as fast, as much as I could, right? Why don't you jump on that surfboard? Okay? All right. So, from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to interdependence. Understand something. Don't you love it? You start off with a little limp. Don't you love these guys that have the knee brace? Okay? The knee brace. The elbow brace. And they walk around with this. What is that even doing? When you learn the non-surgical, you can go in with anybody that has an elbow brace, a knee brace, or has a hip problem, and give them a money-back guarantee that you're going to do more in that one treatment than everything they've ever done in their life for that problem. Am I right, Trevor? How long did it take me, Trevor, to get rid of that one SI problem, your low back pain that was,
7 to 10 minutes?
7 to 10 minutes. We have the most powerful body work. It's called Wolf Non-Surgical. I had to name it that. I have to give it some kind of name. You can give a money back guarantee to everybody that comes to you. You'll see you won't be giving it back because it'll outshoot everything, because it's all about a scar tissue calcification issue. You can take somebody from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane and then back to just walking on their own again. You can do it backwards. If we can do it that way, we can reverse everything. Okay, it's just a new train of thought. Okay? And understand something. You know what? There's stages to this, and it's called feeding the spirit. And I think that you guys have actually put the wrong slideshow on. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Bear with me. Nope. Good. My apologies. Oh, did you notice what I said? I didn't say sorry, did I? No. That's a swear word. You're swearing. You're bringing yourself down. Don't do that. We don't say sorry. Okay? All right. So, feed the spirit, heal the body. There's 4 stages, okay, to super consciousness. And understand something. You do not, I just want you to know you don't have to go live in a cave and meditate for 10 years. Right? Okay? It's called a walking meditation. Connected to your breath. Slight smile. Shoulders back. When you're feeling logical and you feel like you are being touched by that which we call God, write down everything that you would want in your life and use your imagination. And that's called what? It's called a what? A Braveheart hero's contract. And everybody's working on that. You're supposed to be writing a contract to yourself about the way you want to see your life. Okay? If you weren't guilty, and if you're not a low vibrational person, and if God totally loved you and wanted to give you everything, how would that look? That's your contract. And if you didn't need approval and you didn't take things personal and there was nothing holding you back, what would that contract look like? What would it look like? What would it feel like? So now you're going to write it, and you're going to look at it in the morning, then you're going to look at it at night. And if you do that for 33 days, you're going to have exactly what an authentic you looks like. And then you're going to hold the line, because I guarantee you that when you use unconditional love and care for yourself, you will have rebuttal from your family and your friends and the world, and just smile and say, I love you anyway. Okay, now everybody's going, I thought he was going to talk about nutrition. This is nutrition. We have to nail this first. We'll go from the invisible to the physical, trust me. Okay, so we know that the majority is what? Unconscious. But guess what? Did you know that the majority of the population is in the present moment 2%? That's it. That's it. Did you know that you cannot change anything in your life unless you're in the present moment? You cannot heal your body. You cannot grow anything unless you're in the present moment. Because if you're not in the present moment, you're not in a creating phase. So understand something. If you're not creating something new every day, then you're not evolving. Did you get that? If you're not doing something that feels like you're risking a little bit, but you're really highly excited about it, makes you a little bit nervous, but you're excited, you need to write it down and follow through, because your subconscious is going to want to stop you, because the subconscious was built to only allow prominent and dominant beliefs to actually work. So unless you're going to repeat something, when you're in the clarity of the moment and you believe that you are being loved by that which is called universal intelligence, write it down, and then don't let anything stop you ever again. Okay, conscious moment. Wow, today I had about 5 more conscious moments than I had yesterday. If you just change 1% a day and increase your conscious moments, okay, then you're on your way. Never be hard on yourself, but say, if I change 1% a day, I'll have a new reality and a new me in 100 days, wouldn't I? And then guess what you do after that? You start all over again, because you have infinite possibility. Okay, and then guess what? We're working towards the unconditional love. I'm awoken. And you know what this means? This means that you are actually, you bought into your own BS belief system. that if you repeat something long enough and strong enough, that it will take a negative belief system and it will put it into the back seat of the bus until it falls out the back door. If you do something long enough and strong enough, you will be allowed to go into an unconscious state, because remember, the subconscious only runs programs. It's not intelligent. If there's intelligence in programs in there, then it's what? If there's stupid programs in there, it's what? If there's sick programs in there, it's what? If there's health, you're getting the picture. So the reality is, if I pick high vibrational belief systems, I do them long and